Hi everyone, it's Robbie and you're watching the Sunshine Archive. In today's video, I'm going to go over every card that has been added to the system in July 2025. So let's take these out. I use this little pouch. It's from the brand Nahe and it fits A6 perfectly. So I keep all my A6 cards in the front and my A7 cards in the back. All right, let me zoom you in. So I'm going to be starting with the A7 cards first. The first card here is on believing or belief. It's from episode 1 of Government Cheese. Government Cheese is on Apple TV. I'm on episode 9. It's based in the 70s, so everything's really bright, mod, retro. It's about a man who's in prison and he comes out of prison and he comes home to his wife and his kids, and he's still kind of stuck like with crime because there's things that he has to do, but he's also kind of like made a deal with God, and it's I don't know how to explain it. It's magical realism-y, like he gets eaten by a fish, but it's like a little bit Wes Anderson-y and also really violent, like surprisingly violent. I was like, oh my God, blood, what's going on? What's going on? It's really good. Just give it a try. If you have Apple TV, give it a try. I haven't canceled it yet because we got it to watch Severance and then we started watching Dickinson and we're not done with Dickinson yet. So I'm watching Government Cheese and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So in the first episode, there's a quote. His roommate tells him, go to the chapel, read a book, find something that you can believe in. If not, this place will swallow you. And I'm just thinking about how resonant this was for me. Every time I'm in like a dark place, I always seek things externally, which maybe isn't like the answer, like go internal, right? But I always like go back to spirituality, to my tarot cards, to something to believe in, even if it's just journaling more like in my things, in myself, believing more in myself, giving meaning to things, even if things don't have meaning. Because when I get into my nothing means anything headspace, everything just becomes so dark, and I just could resonate with this a lot. And then in the second episode, I put a question mark because I don't know if it was the second episode, but I think it was the second episode. He says, I'm short on time. And his friend says, time, it's an illusion, construct, made by man to control the sheep. And I loved that. Then I read A Gift from the Sea by Morrow Lindbergh, published in the 1950s. These are essays she wrote while on an island vacation away from her housewife duties, her husband, her kids. It's kind of on feminism and wanting to be more than just a parent or a wife. Leaning into simplicity. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I learned about this book while reading May Sarton, and I can think of a few people in my life who would benefit from a book like this. So from this book, I got these cards. Solitude. When the noise stops, there is no, what does that say? There is no inner music to take its place. We must relearn to be alone. And I'm thinking about how when I like do chores, I have to have something in the background, how I'm always on my phone, I'm always trying to do something, and how just literally sitting with my thoughts in silence feels so overbearing. And she says, we must relearn to be alone. This one is under the category of self. When one is a stranger to oneself, then one is estranged from others too. And I think that's so true. You only understand others to the depth that you understand yourself. And I think the more that you work on yourself, do the work and heal, the more you are able to show up authentically and like be of service to others. This one is on stars. They pour into us until we are filled with stars, up to the brim. This one is under the topic of unknown. And yet it is the unknown with all its disappointments and surprises that is the most enriching. And then we have time. One lives like a child or a saint, in the immediacy of the here and now. Okay, and that was the last quote from A Gift from the Sea. Then, after that, I read Emily Dickinson's envelope poems because we are watching Dickinson, and you see her like writing on all these little scraps of paper. She's constantly writing on any paper she can get her hands on, and some of those are envelopes. This came with the book. It was a used book. It was like a note, so I've kept it in there. Isn't this so cool? It has the picture of the envelope, so like the front of it, the back of it, and then it's doodled in and written in text so you can actually read it if you can't read her handwriting. This would be so great to like scan and put in your journal. I freaking love it. So cute. So I read through this. I won't pretend that I knew what I was reading. Some of the poetry I understood, some of it went completely over my head. But it was beautiful to read, especially in tandem with the TV show. So from this, I only came up with 2 Commonplace cards, but I did get a lot of Zettels from it. So one is on happiness. Accept my timid happiness. No joy can be in vain. And love. It is joy to be with near you because I love you. So before I go into my Zettels, let's go ahead and archive these cards into the system. So let's see if I have a tab on belief or believing. I do not, so I'm going to make one. Then let's go to time, Elemento P, Q, R, S, time. We have 15, this would be 16. Then solitude, we have 3, 4, the self, 4, stars, 6, 7, unknown. I have unoriginal and upset, but I do not have unknown. Time 17. Let's see if we have happy. No, I don't have happy. Interesting. Happy. Number 1. Okay, and then we have the love. That would be number 9. Okay. Commonplace for the month, done. Now let's go to the Zettels. So this is my memory keeping card for July. It is my wife and I. Getting to spend summers with you is heaven. As a school teacher, I get summers off, and although it is unpaid, I relish in it. I really, really, really need this time, and being able to wake up to the love of your life every single day is just the cherry on top. Love that. So let me go ahead and put that in the memory section of my Zettels. Memory. I have all the ones from the previous months. Okay. And here are the Zettels that I created this month. So I have this one. I'm a sentence that just exists. I think I just came up with this. What number it would be. I don't know what any of these would be, so I have to do the numbering afterwards. but I came up with this the other day and I wrote it and I love it. And then all of these are from Emily Dickinson. So although I didn't have a lot of Commonplace cards that came from this book, I had so many Zettels. Poetry just inspires me so freaking much. So what I did is that I wrote it on a sticky note as I was reading. Like, I read the poem and then I would have an original thought and I would just stick it on that page. And then I sat down on a different day and transcribed them onto these cards. So these sticky notes will always live in this book. So when I reread the book, I can see what I wrote, but then I'm also going to put them in my box so that I can utilize them for my writing practice as well. This is a lit note. This entire poem to me encapsulated my long distance relationship of the wind when we first held each other in their backyard. This is from page 58. The spry arms of the wind, if I could crawl between. Here's another literature note. In poem A531, she talks about the summer being a dissembling friend. I had to look up that word because I didn't know what it meant. Dissembling, disguise or conceal. And then here are the Zettels. How much can occur within and go unnoticed? Like, what does that say? Like drowning on dry land. Because you never see it coming until you're fully in it, engulfed by thought, with nowhere to turn. I was taught my entire life to avoid, to leave things for later, to suppress and distract. Does that say distract? I don't know. Until all of it went up in smoke, and then the burning. How little is within our power? So then I answer Emily. So little and yet so much, from what we say or have for lunch. We might not change the world, but choices do add up. Peace, beauty, wonder, perfection, always in nature, and the simplicity and the need to capture it, write it. I don't understand my cursive, and it remains still the most precious in person. All feelings have purpose. I believe the opposite. The summer gives in honest. That is why it is so wrought in disregard. In disregard, again, I don't know what that says. Truth in every bite and burn. So again, this was me responding to Emily. So these are all the Zettels. I want to show you the pen and ink that I used as well, because it's really beautiful. So even though my cursive isn't the most readable or legible, it looks really, really, really beautiful, and that's because I'm using Olive Swirl, which is a glittery ink from Diamine, and a Pelikan cursive italic. Tell me this isn't the most perfect ink and pen pairing you've ever seen. This is my favorite Pelikan that I have. I wish it was a journaler because it's a little sharp, but it is stunning. It's stunning. Okay, so let's number these bad boys up. Let me also get my red one so I can put it in the box. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so these are lit notes under D for Dickinson. We'll get two of these. We'll get one for the title and one for the author. Let me see if I added it to my books read as well. I did not. And as you can see from this list, I also read this summer. It didn't create any cards. It was my second time reading it, and it's just so cute and so fun. Just monster BFFs in the city. There's a ghost, there's a cat, there's a witch, there's a zombie. It was really cute. Okay, so I added these 2 books to the books I read, and that is in the red category in my index card box. Okay, then we have cards so that I know that this is Dickinson, and envelope poems under letter D. And then we can put our literature notes back there. Perfect. Okay, and then Zettels. Those just go by number. So the last Zettel was a 12. So we'll name it Dickinson 12. Wait, 13 or 12? 13. Oops. And then 0. Ah, I smudged it. 020. I got ink on my arm. It happens. It happens. Okay. And that's it. That was the July wrap up. Those were all the quotes, what I'm watching, what I have read, my memory for the month. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!